Hey everybody, this is Kason again. I am coming to you today to do a drugstore favorites video. A lot of people have been requesting for me to do some of my favorite products from the local drugstores. So these aren't my all-time favorites, but a lot of them I actually use over my high-end products. So if you guys are interested in my drugstore favorites, just stay tuned. Alright, so I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. So my favorite drugstore foundations was so hard for me to decide because there's so many that I like for different reasons. So I picked a few, but this will at least give you an idea. So I think my number one pick would probably be the Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This is such a good foundation if you have dry skin, which I do. It has an SPF of 20 in it, and I am in the shade Natural Beige 60. This is great for aging skin as well as dry skin. If you have really oily skin, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one, though I do think they have one that's for dry skin. But the reason I love this one is because it just gives you such a dewy glow to your skin, and it's really good if you have dry skin. The next one that I like, I actually just got this one not too long ago. This one is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation, and it just comes in a tube like this, and then inside it's just like a mousse almost, and it feels so good on the skin. Like, I love it because it blends really well. It looks so natural. It doesn't look like you have hardly any makeup on, but it still is medium coverage. But it's so lightweight and it lasts for a while. It says it lasts for 24 hours. I don't know about all that, but it is very long wearing. And I think this one kind of does appeal more to normal to dry skin. Now if you have more oily skin, the one that I would recommend is just the regular Revlon Color Stay. So many people rave about this foundation. This is like everyone's number one drugstore favorite foundation. I'm not a huge fan of it just because for one, I'm not in this shade anymore. This was my shade during the summer, and so I haven't used it lately. So maybe once I get a little bit tanner, I will get a feel for it again. But I know that it is a lot more full coverage than the Neutrogena Healthy Skin or the Revlon Color Stay Whipped. It's a little bit thicker of a formula. And so that makes it good if you have oily skin. And they do have this one in one for oily or dry to normal skin. I think I got the one normal to dry, but then they have one normal to oily skin. So if you're looking for more of a full coverage foundation, this one reminds me a lot of the MAC Pro Longwear. It's that thicker formula. It looks beautiful on the skin, but it is a little bit heavy. But still a really great foundation. So next I'm going to go to powders. My go-to drugstore pressed powder is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder. And this one is in the color Silky Beige. And it is just the most beautiful finish to the skin. Like it just, I mean, it adds a little bit more coverage without looking powdery or cakey at all. And it prevents you from shining throughout the day. I use this on anyone who tells me that they have a tendency to get oily throughout the day. This literally absorbs all the oil, and it's like $3 or $4. It's really cheap, and you can find this at any drugstore, Walmart, or Target, or anything like that. Another one that I really like for a loose setting powder, this one is not really a drugstore, but it's drugstore price, and it's from Palete, and you can find these at Sally's Beauty Supply. This one is in translucent. They have one in like a beige, and then I don't know, a light beige, something like that. But this one's just translucent, and it's just a you just kind of tap a little bit in the cap and it will set your foundation really well, and it doesn't give that white cast in photos that a lot of a lot of loose powders can do. So I really like this one. So those are my powders. Now to concealers. I'm not a huge concealer person. I have a few different ones, but I'm still like figuring out my favorites for that. I tend to grab for the same ones, but this one is from e.l.f. I love e.l.f. products. I get most of my e.l.f. stuff online at eyeslipsface.com, but I do think some Targets carry this brand. But this is just their concealer palette. It's the Complete Coverage Concealer, and it has 4 different shades. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it has like a darker yellow, a darker pink, a light yellow, and a lighter pink. So this is good to cover up if if you have any dark circles, you want to go in with more of the pink shades, and then the yellows to kind of counteract any redness in your skin. So that's kind of my favorite for concealers. As far as under eye concealers, I love these. These are the Maybelline Age Rewind Erase Dark Circle Treatment Concealer. I am in the Neutralizer shade. I love this one for under the eyes because it is yellow based. I don't have really dark under eyes, but I like it to kind of just like mute out any discoloration I have under there, and the Neutralizer shade does that really well for me. If I'm ever wanting to really brighten up under my eyes, which I do a lot, I also will go in with the one called Brightener, and it's a little bit more of a pink base. But these are awesome. They blend out really well. They cover very well. You can also use these on spots on your face. I'll do that sometimes if I don't have my other concealers with me. But yeah, these are great. They also come in like a light, a fair, and things like that. So different colors for whatever skin tone you are. Now for bronzers. My favorite bronzer as far as drugstore is the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder, and this one is in Sunny. And sorry, my lights are so bright, it's like crazy here. But yeah, this one is a great for a matte bronzer. A lot of bronzers that you can find have a lot of shimmer to them. This one does not. It reminds me a lot of my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Let me just show you these next to each other. They're very similar, if you can tell. And this one is like $30, where this one I think was like $4. But very similar, and it's good because it's not too orangey on the skin. It's a little bit lighter, so if you are my skin tone or lighter, this will work great for you. If you're a little bit darker, you may want to go a shade darker than this one. Like I said, this one is Sunny, but NYC has great products as well. As far as a more shimmery bronzer, like an all over bronzer, I always grab from my Wet n Wild color icon in the color Ticket to Brazil. I love this stuff. It's just the perfect amount of shimmer without being like overboard. It looks almost like a matte bronzer, but then when you actually put it on your skin, there's just the lightest little gold, you're not going to be able to see it, but the lightest little gold shimmer to it. And it's so good for just all over bronzing on your face. So now on to blushes. Wet n Wild is by far the best drugstore blushes I have found. The two that I really like are this one, which is Heather Silk. This one is like a rosy pink color, and this is great if you're more fair toned skin. You can pull it off if you're a little bit darker, but I love this one on more fair people. And then this one, if you're fair skin, this may be a little bit too dark for you, but this one is in the color Berry Shimmer. And it's just like a kind of a pink to a mauve color, and it has some gold shimmers in it, and it's just it's so pigmented. I can't even explain to you guys how pigmented this is. I barely had to touch that. and it's so pigmented. So yeah, it kind of comes off as more of a brighter pink with some shimmer in it. And then I'll swatch Heather Silk for you guys. And this one is just more of a light pink. You're not going to really be able to tell the difference. But Berry, what is it? Berry Shimmer is more of like a brown undertoned or a like burgundy sort of pink, while Heather Silk is definitely more like a bright Barbie pink. These literally, you take your brush in them one time and then you literally touch it to each cheek. And then you don't need any more product, and then you can just blend it in. If you dip back, even one dip is too much for one cheek. You have to kind of split it up. That's what I have on my cheeks right now, and I barely touched my brush in there, literally one time, and it was so pigmented. But that's what I love about these, and they last all day. They're really good blushes, and like I said, they're really inexpensive. I want to say that these are $2.99, maybe even less than that. But you can find these at drugstores or Walmart or Target, anywhere like that. Now for eyeshadows. Oh wait, one more face product. As far as a highlighter, I don't have a lot of drugstore highlighters. They're kind of hard to find, but this brand is really good. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Pixi. They are sold at Targets. I got a lot of my stuff online, but this is called All Over Magic, and it's a radiant powder, and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it has different quads in it. It has a pink, a light cream color, a bronzy color, and a brown color, and when you swirl them all together, they just give you a really pretty glow. And I love this one for a highlight. It's what I'm wearing now, and if you can see, it's just that light touch of shine on the tops of my cheeks. This is definitely more of a pink based highlighter as opposed to like a yellow based highlighter like my Mary Luminizer that I use a lot. This one here from the Balm. This one is more of like a yellow toned highlighter, while this one is more pink toned. But yeah, so if you guys are near a Target, check out this Pixi brand. I also have this blush from them, which I love. I use it all the time, and it's just really good products from that brand, Pixi. So now on to eyeshadows. So my all-time favorite drugstore eyeshadows are by far Wet n Wild shadows. Anybody you watch on YouTube, any beauty people will tell you these eyeshadows are amazing. They are so pigmented. Literally, like any Urban Decay shadow I have is not as pigmented as this. They, like, you barely have to touch your brush to them, and it's just, it comes off so much. Like, let me just show you. Like, it's just so pigmented. This is my favorite palette that they have. It's Comfort Zone. It's really good for every day. It has some browns and greens and like cream colors. I get a lot of use out of this one. And then a trio that I really like, I've used this one a lot, is Knock on Wood. And purples are like some of my favorite eyeshadows right now. I love to do like a red, brown, purple eye. But this one has like, this one's called Knock on Wood, and it has this burgundy shade, a brown shade, and then a light pink shade. And it's just such a great trio to have. You can make some really cool looks using this one. So these ones are great. Y'all should check those out. Another really great eyeshadow, and I feel bad because I kind of dissed these in one of my videos, but I actually returned the colors that I got and got some different colors, and they are really good eyeshadows. These are the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. 24 hour, and they are like a pressed pigment, so they're a little bit different than a regular shadow. It's very it's like a powdery eyeshadow that's been really packed down, and if you can see, it's so pigmented. This one is in the color Smoldering Plum, And if you put like a base down with this and then blend this out, you can literally get a whole look with just one of these shadows by blending it up and making it darker on the lid, and it's just so pretty. And then I have probably, I don't know, like 10 of these. These are the Maybelline color tattoos. I have them in almost every color because they're so great to put under your shadows to make your shadows last longer and look more vibrant. But the one I tend to reach for the most is called Barely Beige, and it's just a cream color one. It's a lot like my MAC Painterly paint pot, but this one is a lot less expensive. But it's just a cream base that you can put on before you put your shadows on, and it just makes your shadows pop a little bit more. But they're really good. They have lots of different colors, and you can use these by themselves or as a base, as just adding a pop of color as like a colored eyeliner to put under your eye. So I love the Maybelline color tattoos. They're really, really good. Now for mascara, this was probably the hardest thing I had to decide. I have so many good mascaras. I have some that aren't so good, but the two that I kind of talked myself into being my favorites is the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. You guys have heard me talk about this. This stuff is amazing. It is $1.99 at Walgreens. Go get it, try it. You'll be so in love with it. If you don't like a really bold lash, don't get this, because it's going to give you very voluminous lashes. If you're careful with it, it won't clump up on you. Now if you put too much on or don't kind of brush it through well, it can clump up on you because it is such a thick formula, but that is what makes your lashes so full and voluminous. And I just threw it in the floor. Anyway, so back to where I was before I threw this in the floor. It's just a really great mascara. You guys have to try this out. And another great mascara is the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes Mascara. Now there's another one that's the Colossal Volume that doesn't have this like leopard print on the top. That one's okay, but I love this one. This one has a bent brush like this, and it's so good for getting down every single lash. It's good for me because I have blonde eyelashes and I love to coat my lashes completely, and so it's really good to get on the tops of your lashes, underneath your lashes. And this stuff is great because the brush is so, like, the bristles of the brush are just amazing. Like, you can go over and over and you won't get clumps. It's just going to completely keep brushing out your lashes. Like, I like to use this one to layer on top of other mascaras because it won't clump up my lashes. It'll just kind of brush through them and make them even longer and more voluminous. So love that one. And you guys know my favorite eyeliner drugstore is Physicians Formula Eye Booster. It's the all silver tube. This is kind of hard to find. I know the local CVS doesn't have any more of them unless they've gotten some in recently. But I'm on like a no makeup buy for the whole month of March. So I've made it 12 days and I haven't bought any makeup products, including fingernail polish or eyelashes or eye makeup brushes, nothing. So I've done really well. But unless they've gotten them in since I've been to CVS, they didn't have them at the local CVS. But make sure that it's the one that says eyeliner plus serum, because they have one that's just a clear serum that's supposed to make your lashes grow. I don't know that this really makes my lashes grow, but it's a great eyeliner. It's just such a thin, precise tip, and you can just get such a thin, controlled line with this, and it's just so easy to do like a winged liner, and it lasts all day. It's matte, it's not too glossy, and it doesn't smear or run anywhere. I will do this sometimes if I'm using another eyeliner. I will go afterwards and just kind of touch up any places, make the lines more sharp, because this point is just so precise. You can really correct any mistakes that your other eyeliners make, really get in between your lashes and things like that. So that is that. Next, I really love the Revlon Just Bit and Kissable lip pencils, lip stains. They don't really stain your lips that well, but they feel so good on, and I can just constantly apply and apply. They're just really creamy, and they're just so wearable every day. I mean, you don't need to put a gloss over them, you don't need a balm or anything. They're great by themselves. And the one that I always reach for is called Honey, and it's just a light pink color. It's so easily to be worn all day. And yeah, if you guys haven't tried this out, they're so good. I have like 6 of them. They have lots of colors to choose from, and like I said, they're great just to kind of keep in your purse and just grab and just kind of, you know, throw it on, and it'll last a while too. And then for a lipstick, my favorite are the Revlon lip butters. Of course, everyone loves these. But my favorite color is Brown Sugar. I love this color for me. I think it's good in the fall. I think it will be good in the summer for like a bronzy look. And it's just a shimmery brown color, and it's just really good if you have a little bit more tan skin. I think this would be good for really dark skinned people, people of color. If you're fair, you could even pull this off. I tend to like more pink colors on fair people, but these Revlon lip butters are so blendable and buildable. You can, you know, put just a little bit on for just a little wash of coverage, or you can really pack it on and get a pretty deep amount of color to it. So I have a ton of these too. I really also like the one in Strawberry Shortcake. It's just a really pretty pink color, and it's so shiny and glossy. And it feels, I mean, it literally feels like a lip balm on your skin, on your lips. As far as lip glosses, I love NYX lip glosses. If you guys have never heard of NYX, you can find them at Ulta, but they are in the drugstore section of Ulta. And these are only probably like $4 or $5, so they're definitely drugstore brand. But this one is in the color Baby Rose, and it's just my favorite. It's just a clear, you're not going to be able to see this, I don't know why I'm swatching it for you, but it smells so good. It makes you want to just like eat your lips. Yeah, but you can find these at Ulta, or you can order them online. Great lip glosses. But if you guys do not want to order online, I do also like the Revlon, what do they call these? The Revlon Color Burst, and this one is in Rose Pearl. Such a pretty color, such a pretty color. It's gonna give you color as a lipstick almost, but with the shine and shimmer of a lip gloss. So this stuff is amazing. It's a little bit more pricey. I want to say it's like $7.99. But Revlon makes really good lip products. As far as lips, I'm always reaching for Revlon. For eyes, I'm reaching for Wet n Wild. For, sorry, my video cut off. For foundation, I tend to reach for Revlon as well. Maybelline is my mascara. Elf is all over. Like, I love my Elf products. My Elf brushes are so good and so cheap. Go to eyeslipsface.com and check out their brushes if y'all are looking for a cheap set of brushes to get you started. They're so soft. Some of these are just as good as my really expensive brushes. So, oh, last I was gonna do, let me just clean my hand off here. Last I was gonna do my favorite drugstore fingernail polish, and of course, like, drugstores carry pretty much all fingernail polish, but I wanted to stick with one that was like pretty inexpensive. That's kind of the point of this video, is just to show products that are really affordable, really inexpensive. And I love the Sinful Colors nail polishes. I I didn't start using these until about a year ago, and I love them. My favorite color is Vacation Time. You guys have heard me say this. It's just the most beautiful natural mauve color. It looks so good for like an everyday nail polish. But yeah, you guys should check out the Simple Colors. You can find these at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, anywhere like that. So I think I've covered everything. If you guys have any questions, just ask me down below, and hopefully this is some of the products that you are looking for. And check them out. Let me know how you like them, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.